I'm Adam Collins, this is Crick Buzz Centerstage. Who would have thought a week ago when India were annihilating Pakistan that I'd be standing here the following Sunday at Lord's, the home of cricket, telling you that Pakistan are right back in this competition. They've had the week off. It's been a rugged old time for the Pakistan side. They've been absolutely copping it. But today, they were brilliant. They were fantastic with the bat, led by Haris Sohail, who made 89 of 59 balls. He's such a classy player when he gets going, and today was one of those days. He came in right on the stroke of the 30th over. The base had been laid to an extent by Fakhar Zaman, Imam Al-Haq, who made 44 apiece before getting out to Imran Tahir. Babar Azam passed a half a century as well, but it was the work that Haris Sohail did that took them to the next level, turbocharged that innings. He immediately took on Rabada. He uppercutted him for 6 over deep point, which really laid a marker. He received some wonderful support as shotgun from Babar Azam. Then Imad Wasim was elevated up the order. They made the second quickest half-century stand of this tournament in just 26 balls. They ended up putting on 80-odd, which took them deep into the final 10 overs. It meant that they were able to put on the board 308, which was always going to be too much for South Africa, purely because they never looked like chasing it. At any stage in this tournament, have you seen South Africa bat with any serious purpose? I certainly haven't. It's always been an anemic climb through the early overs, never forceful in the power play, and the same was again today. They lost a wicket early. Mohammad Amir, who of course wasn't even in the Pakistan squad of 15 for this World Cup when they named their provisional 15 a couple of months ago, he's back to his best. The way he bowled today to pick up Hashim Amla with one of those in-swingers that he made his name for way back when he first burst onto the international scene as a teenager. That was a fantastic start for Pakistan. One of 2 wickets for Mohammad Amir, which puts him right at the top of the list for wicket takers in this tournament alongside Mitchell Starc and Jofra Archer. In terms of Shadab Khan, another player who was no sure thing of playing in this World Cup due to illness before the tournament, he took 3 wickets. He was too clever early on, then a fantastic little flipper or top spinner which picked up Aidan Markram. It castled him. He was influential the whole way through. He took 3 wickets and reinforced why he's such a classy young bowler that we've been watching as well.
He backs his skills. His skills are excellent, and he works incredibly hard. The key today is he's got a little bit of pace back. He's bowling with a confidence that he didn't have. You know, and you guys were very quick to point out he had 5 wickets at a strike rate of 121 since Champions Trophy. And that waned, his confidence waned and waned and waned and waned. He's got that spring back in his step. He's starting to swing the ball again. He's starting to bowl with a little bit of extra pace. I see the glint in his eye, and that's really good. And that's just confidence. Our guys need to be built up all the time. The minute they're bashed, like they have been the last week, our guys don't respond to that in a very kind way. And hopefully we got a performance out today that vindicates the challenge that the talent the boys have in the team.
As for South Africa, they are officially out of the tournament. For nearly 2.5 weeks, we've been saying that they're on the vine. They're about to be eliminated, of course. They lost their first game against England, their second one unexpectedly against Bangladesh. Their third one, they ran into the force that was India. They did beat Afghanistan along the way, but they were so far back in the pack when they lost to New Zealand a couple of days ago. It was all but over, and mathematically it was over as of this afternoon. And here was Faf du Plessis, the captain of South Africa, reflecting on what's been a disastrous World Cup campaign.
Yeah, it's tough, huh? That's where it's lying at the moment. I've tried certainly my best to try and make sure that we can get stronger, trying to get better. And I thought before today, even though we are losing, I did feel that there was a upwards curve in the cricket that we were playing. You know, we started doing more things right since the Afghanistan game. New Zealand game, we played a good game of cricket. You know, 1 or 2 things perhaps you could have done a little bit better, but today then taking a step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that's not a great team. For me, we're sitting at that mediocre team at the moment because we're making the same mistakes all the time. So yeah, I'll go back and do exactly the same as we did last week, you know, trying to make sure that you have to keep trying. Unfortunately you can't go away. Otherwise, because there is naturally in your team, you'll always have guys when they're low in confidence, they'll get quiet and they will go away and into the backgrounds a little bit. But yeah, for me as a captain, that's not something I can do.
So for Pakistan, with Haris Sohail back in the side today in such great form, with Mohammad Amir taking wicket, Shadab Khan in there as well, suddenly it does open up. They play New Zealand in a couple of days' time in Birmingham. And if they get up there, they finish off with Bangladesh and Afghanistan in their last two games. Who's to know? If they can get to 11 points and results go their way, especially considering England dropped that shock loss against Sri Lanka a couple of days ago in the tournament, they might find a way to get into the Final Four. And remember, of course, whenever Pakistan have won a global trophy, it's been after a start like this. Don't count them out. Who knows? Adam Collins for Crick Buzz Centre Stage here at Lords. Can't wait to be back here throughout the week for some massive games.